So yeah, that movie Leave the World Behind kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. I ain't like paranoid or nothing, and I'm not about to fearmonger, but I find this kind of strange, man. Look at that. What the fuck is going on? Excuse my language. But like I had to go dig deep, and you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I get my downloads, and I ended up going on Google just to look up some stuff, and actually I found out that a couple things is going on, y'all. Pay attention. Yeah, so once again, y'all, I'm not here to put fear into anybody, but I do want to increase the awareness. You know, it says scientists warn of zombie deer disease could spread to humans as a case to surge across the U.S., which is kind of crazy because it says 1 day ago. So, you know, it was trending for me on Google. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I just watched that movie, you know what I'm saying, that I just told you guys about. And it says the scientists have warned a zombie deer disease could spread to humans after hundreds of animals were infected with the illness in the U.S. over the last year. But I have, you know, proof because I looked into it that it's been going on since like 2019 to 2021. That's when the cases rapidly, you know, started coming to America. But it's honestly been going on since the 90s, you know. Y'all can look into it yourself, but with my own research, that's what I found out. And like, it's kind of crazy because right here, they're chasing the deer through the school and stuff. Like, I'm gonna rewind it a little bit for y'all. You can see, like, I don't know how it got in there, but yeah, man. So y'all remember when the CDC in early 2020, 2021, they said something about a zombie survival kit and everything, and it was kind of random, but they're not gonna tell you everything. But you know, you got to connect these dots, and like, since there's been reported cases of these of the meat, you know what I'm saying, becoming infected, you know, this, I believe this is why they told us without trying to tell us what is actually going on. But it says there about 1,000 people have already consumed the meat already, and they're not sure if it's going to really spread to the humans quite yet. But it takes about, like what studies shown with the does and the deer and everything, it took them about like 2 to 3 years for them actually, you know, start showing symptoms, you know what I'm saying? And as you guys can see here, it says in 2017, 7,000 to 15,000 CDW infected animals a year were being consumed by humans, already being consumed. So according to the Alliance for Public Health, Wildlife, it says that the figure was expected to rise by 20% annually. In Wisconsin, and that's just only like, you know, one area, but thousands of people have already eaten the meat infected by, like, that was infected by the deer. So this is why I'm not trying to like spread fear, but it's definitely going on and it's trending. And, you know, a lot of people don't know about this. And after watching that movie, it was just like, what the hell is really going on? You know, I had to like start digging up some research. So yeah, it's not 100% sure, but so far what they have done their research on, scientists believe that the disease spreads through contact with contaminated body fluids like sweat, blood, you know, sexual things like when you come, you know what I'm saying? And tissues, you know, such as like flesh and stuff like that, or through the environment, such as like the soil, including drinking water and food. So that's like, it could be contaminated through other plants as well. I've done my research and I clicked the articles and I read a part where it said like you could put the meat into 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit and it's not going to like destroy the contaminated meat and make it edible. Like, it's just going to still be contaminated. So it's just kind of crazy because it's not only just in the deer, but it's spreading to other animals. So yeah, here's just a little bit of it right here. I did look it up so you guys know I'm not capping, but pretty much it does say about like 1,000 degrees at the very least. You know what I'm saying? You got to have this thing cleansed. Otherwise, it's just still going to be infected. So you gotta have like the proper equipment to actually handle this type of stuff, because once again, it can contaminate you through body fluids and the flesh itself. And if it's not properly like, you know, cleansed, then you eat it by mistake, then it could be inside of you. And right now we don't know what's going to happen. There's not too many cases inside of humans right now. There's not even no cases really right now. I'm not trying to fearmonger, but I'm just saying like this is pretty interesting because I did pay attention to some of those ancient prophecies, and Nostradamus is one of them. Like, I hold a lot of information, and one thing he mentioned was there was going to be like a zombie apocalypse, which never really happened, but we did have the CDC come up on the news talking about, you know, zombie survival kits and stuff back in 2021. So I'm gonna show y'all that right now.
A zombie apocalypse. The infamous astrologer Nostradamus predicted something like this could happen in 2021. Specifically, he said a scientist is going to create a, quote, biological weapon that will bring the dead back to life. CDC says, well, that's not likely to happen, but just in case, the agency wants you to be prepared. They have a new ad campaign telling you to get ready for the emergency. It includes this poster advising you to get a kit, make a plan, and be prepared. CDC experts say you should prepare for zombies just like you would prepare for any real-life emergency. They want you to create an emergency kit with essentials like food and water, medications, important documents, and first aid. You can find the full zombie survival guide or advice for any other emergencies. It's up right now on the CDC website. As hilarious as that may seem, you know, 2020 and 2021 brought us things that we never expected. So why rule it out? You know, why not just prepare?
The day the zombies show up will be the day. Yeah, you won't see me.
Right. Oh, exactly. Me either. We won't be at work. We'll be with the zombies.
Yeah, that has a look to see what the chances are of a doe that gives birth that is chronic wasting disease positive, whether or not that fawn, I don't think we know yet.
In Grand Rapids, I'm Nina Desaro, 13 on your side.
Currently, there is no evidence to suggest that humans can contract CWD by eating an infected deer. However, CDC advises that you do not eat any meat from an animal that has tested positive.
And the DNR encourages hunters to test prior to processing the meat. Free testing is done by the state, and we have information posted on our website, 13onyourside.com.
But yeah, man, me personally, I don't really eat meat. I haven't ate meat in like, I want to say 3, almost 4 years, going on 4 years. I'm pretty skinny. I've always been skinny if y'all check my videos, and it's not about my physical appearance or nothing, but it's really about just taking care of yourself, you know. A lot of people are still struggling with eating this type of stuff, and I kind of just stopped because it's flesh at the end of the day. I feel like I don't really need to eat it, and if I do, I probably will consume salmon at the very most. So like, I don't know, it's just like I feel like I'm gonna be all right, because at the same time, like, how I know this is because remember, like in Thanksgiving, how a lot of people were getting sick like before and after Thanksgiving, and still like right now people are getting like a whole bunch of coughs and stuff right now, and it's going on. They're posting on social media and everybody's like, yeah, it's here in California, it's here in Utah, it's here in Washington, it's here in Colorado, like all over the place. Me, I don't experience any of that stuff, you know, and I'm gonna just say it's probably because what's going on with the meat, and I'm not around too many people too. Like, I do work and I go to school, so it's like I don't really, I wear a face mask too, so you know, I just feel like that's the best advice I can give people, is maybe slow down on the meat consumption. I know it's going to be hard, but try to slowly maneuver over to, like, you know, eating healthier, you know, that way that you don't get sick. And if this thing does take off and it does become something, at least you won't have nothing to worry about. But with that being said, peace, love, happiness, and good vibration, family.